Yo guys, what's going on? I am Tim, he's KJ, this is the Real Sports Talk. The MLB season gets going tomorrow night when we see the St. Louis Cardinals, the defending world champions, take on the new and exciting Miami Marlins. Myself and KJ have been a little late on giving you these season previews this year, which has pushed back our World Series predictions video, but here it is. KJ, basically give me your thoughts on who you have in the World Series and who you have winning and why you don't have certain other teams, and just give me your thoughts on what's going to go down in terms of winning the divisions and the playoffs and everything.
Alright, well, my World Series prediction, I have the Marlins and the Rays, and I know everyone's going to think that's crazy and absolutely ridiculous, and if you really look at it and you don't think about it and don't look at who they add to their teams and what they've done in the offseason, then yeah, you're going to think it's crazy. Obviously Miami's a whole new team, whole new situation down there, new coach, new everything. Pitching staff's totally different. They have Josh back, they have the whole team, they just got Reyes. And then the Rays are the Rays. I mean, they didn't do as well as I expected them to do last year. But I honestly think that they're going to win the division, they're going to beat out Boston and the Yankees. I think the Yankees are going to fall down in the division. I don't even have the Yankees making the playoffs. I know that sounds crazy, but I don't. And the reason I have these two teams in there is, like I said, because off-season and what they've done. I have the Miami Marlins winning the World Series in a 7-game series, and I've had Tim echoing me about this and a bunch of other people. But hey, I feel the energy in Miami too, all the way up in PA. So I'm picking them. I have Miami. I said earlier in previews that I had Philadelphia winning the division, and with all these injuries and new updates on Philadelphia, I don't think they're going to win the division. I think they will be in the playoffs, but I don't think they're going to win the division this year. Ollie, no one knows what's going on with Ollie yet. Howard, his progress is only declined. He's not doing well. There's a lot of controversy going on with Camels. They're just not a comfortable ball club right now, I don't think. So that's why I have those guys in there. But I think it's going to be a great year for baseball. I'm just glad baseball's back. I'm actually headed down to Philadelphia right now, going to see a game. I think it's going to be fun. I'm just glad that baseball season is coming around again.
Yeah, me too. KJ sat down to the On Deck Series Game 2 of the Phillies and Pirates. And, I mean, those games are really nice because they do a lot of events before the games. The players are very open and reachable, and they have a lot of autograph signings, everything like that. And, I mean, it's just nice to get back down to the ballpark. Hopefully I can head down relatively soon. But, yeah, let me get into my preview right now. My overall World Series is kind of going to shock people, so let me go through the division and wild card winners that I have. And I'll get there. In the NL, I have the Phillies winning the East, the Reds winning the Central, and the Diamondbacks winning the West Division. I have the two wild cards as the San Francisco Giants and the Atlanta Braves. I mean, I just do not understand why people are not realizing how good the Braves could be this season. I'll get back to that. And then we go to the American League. I have the Rangers winning the division. I have the Angels then winning one of the wild cards. In the Central, I have the Tigers winning the division, and then in the East, I have the Yankees winning the division, and I have the Rays winning the wild card. So I do have Boston outside, and that's one of the reasons that this year is so exciting, because you could make a very good case that the 6 best teams in the game right now on paper are all in the American League. So while the American League is going to beat each other up, the NL is going to have a lot of interesting battles and surprise teams as well. In the playoffs, I see the Braves making a huge upset over the Phillies in the first or second round of the playoffs. I think closer to the second round. In the NLCS, I just don't think the Phillies, they'll get to the playoffs with their pitching, but they've shown me nothing over the last 2 years to make me think that the hitting is going to be able to get them far enough into the playoffs. In the American League, I have the Yankees coming out. I think that the Tigers, yeah, they look nice, but Justin Verlander didn't look good in the playoffs last year. And after that, they don't have a ton of pitching depth. The Angels, how many of these teams do we really see come together in their first year and just go to the World Series? They look nice on paper, but their lineup still needs to make some small improvements, and they need that a closer. The Rays could very well make a run to the World Series. I'm not acting like that couldn't happen. I'm just not picking it. And I think that the Yankees will win the American League. And coming out of the National League, I am taking the Atlanta Braves. I talked with Kevin McAlpin, the beat reporter for 680 The Fan down in Atlanta. Was formerly up here in Philly with us. And I think that people are just sleeping on this team because you look at up and down that lineup. You have Dan Uggla had a down year last year. He still had 36 home runs, but he hit like 220. Freddie Freeman started miserably slow and then almost won Rookie of the Year. Craig Kimbrell, Johnny Venters, Eric O'Flaherty, a nasty bullpen. The depth that they have on that team is very good. And then, you got guys, some of the key players that have been parts of these World Series teams are guys like a Martin Prado that can just move around and play numerous different positions. And I think that Jason Hayward has a bounce back year in his third year. Overall, the Yankees do have some questions right now with their pitching because Michael Pineda has not exactly had a smooth transition there. I don't know if necessarily they need him because adding Andy Pettitte back into the fold, I know he's 40, but in the playoffs this guy is ice cold in a good way. And then you also have Ivan Nova, who's a bright, young, up-and-coming starter, and CC Sabathia, who, unless he's faced the Phillies in the playoffs, has just been a stud in the playoffs. I have the New York Yankees defeating the Atlanta Braves in the playoff or in the World Series. And you can laugh now, but people laughed in 2009 prior to the season when on my website I picked the Yankees to beat the Phillies in the World Series. And guess what happened? Well, I've also had some negative years since then, but that's not the point. That is our MLB season preview. We're going to be here with weekly baseball breakdowns, especially once it gets into the summer, into the hot dog days, whatever you want to call them, of the summer. We are going to be giving you a lot of season previews of these teams, so stay tuned. Myself, KJ, Justin, and anyone else we decide to bring on. We got a new guy, John, who's helping us out with the Blitz Hardcore podcast. You may see him on here some. So there's no better place to get baseball coverage than here. So I'm Tim, he's KJ. Hit me up on Twitter, @CashKelly_TRST. We'll see you guys later.